with us, we have Dr. Manisha Amol Kakre, an experienced obstetrician and gynecologist with over 27 years of dedicated work in women's health. She is also a fertility specialist and a preventive gynecology oncology fellow. Her long-standing commitment to women's well-being makes this conversation truly valuable. So everyone, please welcome Dr. Manisha Amol Kakre.
Thank you.
सो मैम, अब मैं चाहूंगी कि आप हमारी ऑडियंस को अपने बारे में कुछ बताएं एंड प्लीज ऑल्सो टेल अस कि आपको यहाँ वर्ल्ड बुक फेयर 2026 में बैठकर कैसा लग रहा है, जहाँ पर आपकी खुद की बुक डिस्प्ले में है.
I am Dr. Manisha Kakre, an obstetrician, gynecologist, cosmetic gynecologist, sexual medicine expert, and also a reproductive medicine specialist. And I am also a fellow of preventive oncology. And over a period of like around 3 decades का जितना मेरा experience है, और मैंने like since adolescent to menopause सभी type के women's को serve भी किया है. Over thousands and thousands of women I have treated. And आज by publishing this first book, Unpause Your Menopause, I'm feeling extremely honored and really very happy and humbled कि ये book आज लॉन्च हो रही है इतने बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म पे. आई एम लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू इट कि किस तरह से लोग इसको मतलब यूज करें, बिकॉज आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट कि ये दिस बुक शुड बी अ गाइडिंग वन व्हाइल यू थ्राइव टू योर पेरीमेनोपॉज एंड मेनोपॉज. इसकी बहुत ज़्यादा नीड है कि लेडीज़ को इसके लिए भी प्रिपेयर होना चाहिए, इसके लिए अवेयर होना चाहिए. तो फिर इस टॉपिक से रिलेटेड एंग्जाइटी या अलग टाइप के टेंशन्स एंड ये सब नहीं होगा, एंड दे वुड बी ईजिली एबल टू मैनेज देयर ओन कंडीशंस in a preventive way, in a holistic approach as well. If they are like aware of the entire topic, it would be really great for them, क्योंकि over a period like every day एक नया issue crop up होने लगता है, क्योंकि ये हार्मोनल imbalances होते रहते हैं और इन चीज़ों को लेके बहुत एक अलग टाइप की एंजाइटी होती है, तो वो भी इजीली थोड़ा सा कंफर्टेबल हो जाएंगे. इसी तरह से अगर फैमिली को भी इन इश्यूज़ के बारे में पता होता है तो दे कैन ऑल्सो सपोर्ट हर वेरी वेल. सो इट्स नॉट जस्ट ओनली फॉर द वुमेन, यंग वुमेन, बट इट इज़ ऑल्सो फॉर द फैमिली मेम्बर्स, द पार्टनर्स, द किड्स who are looking forward to like take care of her, और केयर गिवर्स के लिए, इवन डॉक्टर्स के लिए भी ये उतना ही यूज़फुल रहेगा ये बुक. तो इस तरह से ये है. और बीइंग अ क्लिनिशियन, मोस्टली माय वर्क इज़ इन द क्लोज्ड प्राइवेट कंसल्टेशन रूम्स विद माय पेशेंट्स. जो पेशेंट्स हम लोगों को उनकी कंसर्न्स बताते हैं और हम लोग उनके लिए एक ट्रीटमेंट प्लान करते हैं टू हेल्प देम आउट to come out of all the issues they are facing. तो इस तरह से काउंसलिंग भी होती है. तो ये सब जो एक्सपीरियंसेस है इनको मिलाकर बना है ये Unpause Your Menopause. So I'm really confident and sure that this would really guide you well, and एक अवेयरनेस के लिए बहुत बढ़िया टॉपिक होगा ये. So I'm really looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for explaining so beautifully. So ma'am, now moving to our question answer sessions, I would like to ask you, after so many years of practice, what is the most common health mistake you see women making?
Health mistake मतलब they are mostly care giving में बहुत ज़्यादा involved होते हैं. They prioritize their family's health. Every person in the family is more important for them, and they do this over their own health. So they are really a little careless when it comes to their own health, but otherwise while it comes to their home, other members, they are really giving their 100%. They are also efficiently like working well outside. हर एक चीज़ में नंबर 1 आज women's कर रही है, लेकिन खुद health को compromise करते हुए कर रही है. तो ये बहुत बड़ा एक problem मैं देखती हूँ females में. Now they should be aware of it, and they should come out and even ask for their own health benefits and what are the modalities available for them.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. So ma'am, do women usually come to a gynecologist early or only when they are already struggling?
Yes, बहुत rarely early आते हैं women. Mostly they come when they are really struggling very hard. Like जो एक बहुत कॉमन छोटे छोटे एलिमेंट्स होते हैं उनके लिए अगर टाइमली उनको कुछ इन्वेस्टिगेशंस एंड हेल्प मिलती है, मेडिकल सपोर्ट मिलता है, तो दैट शुड इवन बी अ बेटर टाइम टू कम. बट जब बहुत ज़्यादा क्रॉनिक हो जाते हैं इलनेसेस, जब एकदम मल्टी सिस्टमिक पूरा इन्वॉल्वमेंट्स होने लगती है और बहुत ज़्यादा उनकी डे टू डे लाइफ कंसर्न मतलब रूटीन डिस्टर्ब होने लग जाता है, तो उस मोमेंट पे वो लोग हॉस्पिटल जाते हैं. अदरवाइज अगर थोड़ा जल्दी आते हैं, जस्ट व्हेन दे रियलाइज, अब वो रियलाइज भी इसीलिए नहीं करती है बिकॉज दे आर नॉट अवेयर. So once if they are aware, I feel timely interventions, investigations, treatments would really help. So that's what I would also like to appeal the females to be at least aware of this transition midlife crisis or problems that would come down.
Exactly, ma'am. So early awareness is very, very important, especially for women. So, ma'am, how can women tell if a change in their body is normal or needs some medical attention?
Normal transition है, so this normal transition should not take a toll over their physical, emotional health or even the sexual life, or it should not affect their day-to-day activities and life. Only then you can say that it is a normal transition. But when she is suffering with some issue and she finds that it is progressing or it's becoming painful, or it is like she needs a treatment, she's getting into a depression, or it is even affecting her day to day life, even her relationships are being changing because of the conditions, then she should understand that she needs to go and consult and investigate and get the right treatment that is available for her.
Okay. So, ma'am, are irregular periods always a reason to worry, or are they sometimes part of normal change?
During the adolescence and as well as during the menopause, both the times when these irregularities are there, they normally are there, but they can be a concern. Sometimes they can be like hormonal imbalances, could be like the precancerous stages. Yeah, so they should not ignore these conditions thinking that they are normal during this age. They should definitely go down, get themselves investigated and get the irregularities corrected as well. Yes.
So it's really important to go early and get yourself checked. So, ma'am, why do many women keep tolerating pain, discomfort, or changes instead of seeking help?
Yes, this is a very good question indeed. Because I think that many of the women, they are unaware. They accept the transition as a normal. They tend to normalize these things, thinking that it is age related. The advancing age or the menopausal phase is going to get these changes, and they accept it, and they are not least like worried, or they don't even know like there are so many options available and they should seek help. Maybe that is the only reason why this space goes unattended.
Okay. So, ma'am, what health concerns show up most often in women in their 20s and 30s?
Okay, now 20s and 30s is the age when these females are more career oriented, or this is also a reproductive age when the females are involved into fertility, so those issues, or maybe sometimes the infections, if they are not taking good care of themselves, if they are constantly being busy and stressed out to fulfill their career goals, then they are again they have started ignoring their health right from this age, and it's going to take a toll over a period till the perimenopause and menopause. So I think that right from their 20s only, they should be aware and they should take care of themselves. They should make a priority. Their health should be a priority for themselves.
Okay, so, ma'am, what kind of awareness do we women should have?
As we know that menstruation is a cyclical phase which is governed by your hormones, and these hormones are constantly going up and down, and that brings a lot of changes throughout the cycles. Even if you are young or even during the perimenopause and menopause phase. So they should be at least aware of few of the hormones and their changes, how to make about the changes. And so at least the basic knowledge should be there, awareness should be there, so that anything abnormal is starting to come up, cropping up, they should be able to identify that and then seek help through the medical support and all. Yes.
So, ma'am, how much do hormones really influence mood, sleep, weight, and energy?
During menopause, what happens is the estrogens, your progesterones, they are dropping down. The cortisol is increasing. Then even the thyroid hormones, they are also being different. So all these things, they will slow down your metabolism. That's how the weight gain is there. Then even the sleep is affected. In that ways, there will be anxiety or mood swings. Even some females, they face depression also due to that. So in this way, it really affects in a multisystemic way, and it's a concern. Some of the herbs or even the HRT that we offer to the patients, if it's very intense, the symptoms are very intense, we give HRT also. So they should be aware that there are so many different things that can be given to them for the better life ahead. So for the longevity, for your good health, well-being. So this is how they should identify also that these levels are getting lowered, and all these multisystemic problems, issues are coming up, and they should be able to identify and approach to the doctors well in time. Yes. So few supplements can be helpful to few women, and few women might need some HRT as well. So that's how this goes on. Thank you.
Okay. So, ma'am, why do many women hesitate to talk about sexual discomfort or intimacy related concerns?
Because see, taboo related to this topic, especially when it comes to Indian women. But in menopause, there are so many issues: the vaginal dryness, the lining is thinning, this dryness is giving her discomfort, recurrent infections are there. And because of this, the intimacy, the intimate life changes, her sexual health drops down, her relationship with her husband also is not the similar as it used to be. So that bond is also getting a little deprived attention and all. So it is a concern, and well in time, if she is able to manage these issues, I think it would not go that far that her relationships will also hamper, or change because of it.
Okay. So, ma'am, why is preventive care still misunderstood or postponed by so many women?
Preventive care is very important. When someone is fine, doing well, they just don't understand the value of it. They just think that I'm doing well, I don't have any problems, so why should I go to the hospital? Yeah, but then preventive care works only before the symptoms arise. That should be noted. And she should be taking some preventive measures so that she doesn't have to face something that is going to be alarming later on. So that's how preventive health is very, very important, and she should be aware of it.
Okay. So, ma'am, now I would like to ask you that what led you to write this book? At what point did you feel this needed to be shared?
I think I've already answered this question very well in every part, that women are not very aware or conscious or taking good care of their health, and this is a very big issue, and that's what I wanted to address. Seeing so many patients, treating so many women over a period of around 2.5 to 3 decades, I've seen this very commonly in women. They are very good caregivers, but when their health needs it, they don't know how to demand for it, or how to sacrifice other things and take time to prioritize their health. So that was one thing. And see, over 30 periods, sitting in my private consultation room, hearing to all the concerns that women come up with to me, and treating them. Not everything suits everyone. It's a personalized approach to every person. It is tailored treatment, and this approach and plus the awareness part. If she's not aware, she would not be able to, come to me for the help. So I just thought that there should be something, some voice, this kind of a book. The Unpause Your Menopause has come out of the curiosity of it, so that it becomes a voice to every woman to understand her body, her needs, and her concerns as well, so that she gets a good help, at least to identify what is going on inside. So many women come out with such vague symptoms, like there are body pains, she's not feeling good, but she's not able to say what is happening. So all these things are the hormonal changes. And once she identifies, she comes, she can get a good help. That's what I want to, advocate women for. And this is how the book just came up. And I feel that it keeps guiding so many young women also and prepare them for the midlife to thrive. Yeah. Thank you.
That's very great, ma'am. And ma'am, if readers take away just one core message from this book, what should it be?
Menopause is not the pause, and you don't have to suffer in silence, but thriving through it, informed and with a well knowledge and awareness, is the good and best approach towards your menopause. This is how I would say, unpause your menopause.
Okay.
One word. Yeah.
Ma'am, these were all my questions. Thank you so much for answering so beautifully. I think we have cleared so much of the concepts. So now I would like to take some audience questions. So anyone, मैं जानना चाहूँगी कि क्या ये एज स्पेसिफिक है, एज रिलेटेड है, या फिर ऐसा है कि हमें किसी भी एज में हो सकता है?
सी मेनोपॉज का जो एज होता है वो रफली एक 40 के बाद, like 40 to 45 we say for Indian women, but पेरीमेनोपॉज जो है वो इसके भी 10 years पहले शुरू हो जाता है. So when you are in your 30s, some women have come to me as young as 32 and 33 also with the symptoms. क्योंकि जब ओवेरियन फंक्शन डिक्लाइन होने लगता है, क्योंकि मैं बहुत कॉमनली देखती हूँ इनफर्टिलिटी के पेशेंट्स को भी, जिसमें ओवेरियन रिजर्व बहुत कम हो जाता है, तो उन लोगों में भी ये सिम्टम्स होते हैं इन द लेट 20s एज वेल. सो दिस इज हाउ इसको हम लोग प्री मैच्योर मेनोपॉज भी बोल सकते हैं या प्री मैच्योर ओवेरियन फेलियर भी बोल सकते हैं. तो इट कैन स्टार्ट एनी टाइम, एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई फील दैट एनी यंग वुमन should be aware of all these hormonal changes also that come up with this menopause. Yeah.
So ma'am, is there any way we can change in our lifestyles, or is it important to, when you see the symptoms, you just have to go direct to a doctor, or we can make some changes in our lifestyles as well to prevent this?
Yes, definitely. See, ongoing stress, मतलब बहुत पहले से अगर आप work pressure बहुत है, या फिर your work life and family life you are not able to balance, the stress is there back of mind all the times. Or if you are sleep deprived, you are not able to sleep well because you are constantly chasing the targets for your work. Or if you are not able to exercise, take time out and exercise. तो ये जो poor lifestyle हम लोग पहले से lead करते आ रहे हैं, तो these are the changes that you have to make. Like you have to go on a good lifestyle changes you have to make. Your diet also matters a lot. So all these things, the 4 things, like your health, like your sleep, your diet, your exercise schedule, and your stress management. If you are able to manage all this very well, then I think this can be the best preventive thing that you can do to yourself, you can give to yourself. So that's why I say like prioritize your health at a very young age. If you are able to manage all these things, it gives a lot of benefit while you go to the midlife transitions as well.
Exactly. Okay. So anyone else?
Manisha, good evening, and let me appreciate the theme and the topic you chose for your book.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
Karan Kaur. I'm 70.
Okay, sir.
Brother of 5 sisters and 3 cousins.
Great.
And the eldest grandson in my this family, right? And I have seen my mother, my taiti, my chachi, 5 sisters and 3 cousins, and only one boy.
Oh,
Seen them really struggle to meet the topic project.
yes.
And this, I think, your work is very good, but it is not sufficient. You have to do more.
Yes, sir.
Why it should reach the school level. I know what happens.
Very true. At a very young age, they should be aware of all this. Yes.
And only people like you can do work like that. When you were small, I worked in a school movie also. In that particular lady officer lady, a lady joins a unit. She is just very young captain, and she wanted to compete. Right? The day was fixed, days were fixed, something like that, and she knew she is in her period at that time. She can't race with people. So she didn't know what to do, how to talk about. She requested, she said, I want to speak to madam, I want to speak to madam. It started about 4, 5, 6 days back before. So she said, okay, speak to her. So she spoke to CEO's wife. Now I am going to be having my periods and this is the time for a race and I can't do it. Can it be postponed? No, I'm taking the psychology of a lady. She said, yes, I can. Commanding officer. So she told commanding officer, postpone the competition date.
Yes.
And then called her. You like my daughter, if you had this kind of thing, why you didn't speak to me? Understand?
Yes, yes, yes.
As an officer, she is having all these relations and talking to commanding officer. She is a class 1 considered officer of India. Right? And she's talking to his wife to get the race. Can you understand the thing?
Yes, yes.
So this is where I've seen my sister also. And I go for all the ladies and women of this country and all that.
Yes.
We have 50% ladies, women. So your work is wonderful, very good, but not sufficient.
Yes.
You have to really push through. Thank you.
Yes.
Carry on.
Thank you, sir.
I would
Now,
like to
ma'am-
talk on that topic.
Sure.
Yes, I agree to it, sir. Actually, since a long there has been a taboo and women are not talking on these topics. They should open up, and that is also very helpful, as you said, that once she comes up with a problem, there are 100 people there to help her out, to go through this transition. And that's what I am saying. There is one chapter also in our book, Meno-friendly family and Meno-friendly society. I think that is also going to make people aware of the conditions that she's going through. And she needs a support. She should come up with the thing that whatever she's going through, she should not keep mum and suffer in silence. This should become a voice, and she should open up and ask for help also when help is required.
My doctor is also a doctor.
Yes, sir.
She can also manage internal medicine and the dermatology. But since you're in this line, you're saying is very right. You have to raise an NGO, not one, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 NGOs. Certainly no. Because we need it.
Yes, actually, I was a past president for Lions International Club as well, and we've done many awareness programs regarding this. So whenever I get an opportunity, like for the awareness, I've definitely been working since a long over these things as well. Yes, in schools also I've taken a lot of awareness programs for young girls. I've talked about this. I've also talked about egg freezing to them, which gives them an opportunity, like, to preserve their good quality eggs at a very young age, and then, start the family life. Because now women are also not backing, they are also like career oriented, and good quality eggs get over by the age 32 to 34. So if they are preserved well before, then she can even plan the family little later when she completes her career goals. Yeah. Thank you.
So, ma'am, now I would like to ask one more question. As you have said earlier, that it can start at any age. So, how do we know that it had already been started?
See, the percentage of this is very less. Maybe 5 to 10% women will have the perimenopause symptoms at a very, very young age. But anything that is that she feels that it is abnormal, like I said, if she feels something has come up and it is progressing, and the symptoms are not relieved with small things, the home remedies or this. She is into some pain and it is progressing. It is affecting her day to day work. Then she should understand that now she needs evaluation and also the doctor's help. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering so beautifully. So, ma'am, now any last message for our readers, for our audience?
Yes, be more informed, aware, and go through this phase, midlife phase, through a very dignified and informed way, and embrace it as a change, a transient change, and work on it so that it does not, it's not annoying, but it's, you know, a new phase of life full of wisdom when you are aware and you go through it, and it gives an opportunity, in fact, to make this change, or to take care of yourself, to prioritize your health, your own health, and be more vigilant about the things that are coming up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So, we wish you and the book the very best, your journey and all the work ahead. Thank you so much,
Thank you so
ma'am.
much.